The laundromat on your corner looks dead. No employees running around, no products sitting on shelves, no salesman trying to convince you to buy anything, just rows of machines quietly spinning. And here's the strange part. Someone could be making money from those machines right now, while they're not even there. But there's something almost everyone gets wrong about laundromats. The real business isn't the quarters. It's something you can't see. Think about what normally happens when you run a business. You need employees. You need inventory. You need someone to sell the product. And if nobody shows up, nothing happens. A laundromat works differently. The customer walks in. They load the machine. They pay. And the machine does the work. There doesn't have to be an employee standing next to every washer. And that's what makes the business interesting. You're not really selling a physical product. You're selling access to equipment. One customer pays to use it. Then another customer uses it. Then another. The same machine can generate revenue repeatedly. And that's what makes the laundromat so unusual. The machine doesn't clock out. Now imagine a machine charges a few dollars for a wash. Instead of assuming that a machine always runs a certain number of cycles per day, let's use a simple example. Say a machine averages 10 paid cycles in a day. At $4 per cycle, that's $40 of revenue from that machine that day. Do that consistently, and the number starts to become interesting. But here's the catch. That $40 isn't profit. The machine needs water, electricity, maintenance, repairs. The building costs money, and eventually, the machine itself needs to be replaced. So the real question isn't, how much money can a washing machine collect? The real question is, how much revenue can it generate after all the costs of keeping it running? And this is where the laundromat gets much more interesting. Because if all you're doing is charging people to use a washing machine, you're only looking at the first layer. Walk into a modern laundromat and you may find something else. Dryers, vending machines, detergent, wash and fold services, and increasingly, pick-up and delivery. Suddenly, the business isn't just pay to use a washing machine. It's how many different ways can we monetize the same customer? And this is where the real money gets interesting. Imagine you bring in a bag of dirty clothes. Normally, you have to separate them, load the washer, move everything to the dryer, wait, fold everything, and put it away. But what if you could simply hand the bag to someone and walk away? That's wash and fold. You're no longer paying just for machine time. You're paying someone to remove the work from your life. And that's why the economics can be very different. Depending on the location and service, laundromats can charge customers by the pound for wash and fold services. Some charge more for faster turnaround. Others add pickup and delivery. And suddenly, the same basic laundry operation can generate revenue without the customer ever touching a washing machine. Because you're not just selling a machine anymore. You're selling time. And that reveals something much bigger. People don't always pay businesses for products. Sometimes they pay businesses to remove friction from their lives. You could wash the clothes yourself, but you don't want to. You could spend an hour folding them, but you don't want to. You could drive to the laundromat. But what if someone picked everything up and brought it back? That's when the business starts selling something that isn't sitting on a shelf. It sells convenience. It sells time. And time is something the customer can't manufacture more of. Think about it. The customer isn't necessarily asking, how cheap can I wash my clothes? They're sometimes asking, how much is my free time worth? And that's a completely different business question. The clever part is that the same customer can generate revenue in several different ways. They wash their clothes. Then they dry them. Maybe they buy detergent. Maybe they buy a drink or a snack while they wait. Maybe they eventually use wash and fold. And maybe they don't even come into the store next time. They schedule pickup and delivery. One customer, multiple transactions, multiple services, one physical location. That's the difference between looking at a laundromat as a room full of machines and looking at it as a business. But this is where we need to kill one of the most attractive ideas about laundromats. They're often described as passive income businesses. But passive isn't the same thing as effortless. Those machines consume resources, water, gas, electricity. And when something breaks, revenue can stop while the repair bill starts. Then there's cleaning, security, maintenance, rent, insurance, and labor, especially if the business offers services like wash and fold or pickup and delivery. So the owner isn't simply collecting coins while sitting on a beach. They're operating a business with relatively automated customer transactions. That's very different. And then there's the factor that can matter more than almost anything else. Location. Imagine two laundromats. One is surrounded by apartment buildings, where many residents don't have their own washer and dryer. The other is in a neighborhood where most homes already have their own laundry equipment. Same machines, same concept, completely different customer demand. That's why the laundromat isn't just a machine business, it's a location business. The owner isn't only asking, how many machines can I fit in this building? They're asking, who lives here? Do they need this service? How often will they use it? And what alternatives do they have? Because the best machine in the world doesn't matter if nobody needs to use it. So now we can finally answer the question, how does a laundromat make money? Not because washing machines are magical, not because every quarter is pure profit, and definitely not because the owner never has to work. The business works by repeatedly monetizing something people need, laundry, and then, if the operator is smart, monetizing everything around that need. Machine usage, drying, convenience services, wash and fold, pickup and delivery, and customer time. The washing machine is just the most visible part, and that's the part most people miss. A laundromat doesn't really sell clean clothes. It sells something much more valuable, time. You can always wash your own clothes. You can always fold them yourself. You can always make the trip. But people pay a business when they decide, I'd rather spend my money than spend my time. And that's why a nearly empty laundromat can be more interesting than it looks. Because behind those quiet machines, there's a business converting space, equipment, convenience, and customer time into revenue. So the next time you walk past a laundromat, don't just see a room full of washing machines. Look at the location, look at the customers, look at the services, and ask yourself one question: who is making money from this? Because the most interesting businesses aren't always the ones everyone talks about. Sometimes they're hiding in plain sight, and that's exactly what we're looking for here. The businesses you see every day, but never stop to think about. This is Invisible Businesses, and I'll see you in the next one.